Imagine if you find something inside an old mountain that the world has never seen. A treasure that mysteriously disappeared during the Second World War. The story begins in a remote forest where some workers were digging. Suddenly, they started hearing strange sounds and slight vibrations from under the ground. At first, they thought it was an illusion, but as they dug deeper, they came across a sight that shocked everyone. It was pitch dark all around. The smell of mud and rusty iron was spread in the air. While digging, they saw a heavy iron door. There were strange symbols and mysterious marks of old times on that door. It seemed as if it was a part of some secret military base. As soon as the door opened a little, a strong gust of cold air came out from inside, and everyone's breath stopped. When the door opened completely, a huge underground room was visible inside. There were old wooden boxes, covered with rust and mud. When they opened the first box, they found glittering gold bricks and rare antiques inside it. This was the same treasure that had suddenly disappeared during the Second World War. But the real question is, who hid this treasure for so many years? And why was this place hidden from the world? Will this discovery prove to be a boon for humanity or a curse? To know this, watch the video till the end, because the truth ahead will shake you to the core. If you like such stories of mysteries and treasures, then like the video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can be the first to see our next exciting discovery. First sign of discovery. In the middle of the forest, at the foot of the mountain, a team of workers was doing digging work. This place was very deserted. There were tall trees and dense forest all around. The weather was also strange. Sometimes a strong wind would blow. Sometimes there would be sudden silence. The workers were working hard with their tools like every day, but the atmosphere that day was different. Suddenly, while digging, a worker said to his colleagues in a low voice, "Did you guys hear? There is some strange sound coming." The rest of the people stopped and started listening carefully. Initially, nothing could be heard clearly, but after a few seconds, faint, deep sounds started coming from inside the ground, as if someone was playing softly from very deep down. At first, everyone thought it was a joke and started making each other laugh. Someone said, "Oh, leave it. This is all your imagination. Such sounds keep coming in the forest." But as soon as they started digging again, suddenly the ground started trembling slightly. A strange echo was felt from the tip of the tools, as if there was a big hollow room inside the ground. The workers started looking at each other. Surprise and fear were clearly visible on everyone's faces. The supervisor of the team also came forward and looked at the digging site carefully. He picked up a handful of soil and smelled it, and said, "This place does not look normal. There is definitely something under here." Then another worker said loudly, "This is something strange. Something is hidden here." After this, the atmosphere became even more tense. Everyone put down their tools and started whispering among themselves. There was a slight thunder in the sky, and the atmosphere of the forest was becoming more scary. The workers were now getting nervous. Some people stepped back, while some tried to go closer out of curiosity. The supervisor asked everyone to remain calm and said, "We cannot leave this place like this. There is definitely a big secret hidden here." Saying this, he signaled the team to continue digging, but now with more caution than before. At that moment, there was only one question in everyone's mind. Is there really some secret hidden under the ground? What were these slight vibrations and strange sounds indicating? No one knew that this was just the beginning. The real secret was yet to be revealed. Discovery of the secret door. The digging had been going on for several hours. The workers had dug the ground to a great depth. As the soil was being removed, something strange began to appear. Suddenly, a worker's spade hit something hard, and a loud thumping sound was heard. Everyone stopped. The workers immediately started removing the rest of the soil. Slowly, a large and strong iron structure began to come out. When the soil was completely removed, a heavy iron door appeared in front of everyone, which was buried right under the ground. Everyone was surprised to see the door. This was not an ordinary door. Strange symbols and mysterious signs of the old times were engraved on it. Some of the signs looked as if they were in an ancient language, while some had swords, falcons, and old military symbols engraved on them. One of the workers said in a trembling voice, "This is exactly the same symbol that we saw in old pictures of World War II." Hearing this, everyone else's breath stopped. The team's supervisor also came near and looked at the door carefully. Drops of sweat were shining on his forehead. He said in a low voice, "Perhaps this door is from the time of the Second World War. It is possible that some big secret is hidden behind it." On hearing this, both fear and excitement spread among the workers. Some wanted to retreat, while some were very eager to open the door. The team decided that the door would be opened, but very carefully. Some workers brought ropes and tools, and together they started pulling the door. As soon as the door slid a little, suddenly a strong gust of cold wind came out from behind it. That wind was so cold and strong that everyone's hair stood on end. Some workers retreated in fear. A strange smell also spread with that gust of wind, which was like a mixture of old iron and moisture. The atmosphere became so mysterious and scary that everyone's heartbeat increased. The supervisor took a deep breath and said, "This is not an ordinary door. Whoever is behind it can change our lives." Now everyone's eyes were on that door. Everyone was wondering what would be hidden behind it: gold, treasure, or some secret that the world never knew. At that moment, there was only one thing: suspense, which was getting deeper with every passing second. First glimpse inside. With the help of heavy ropes and tools, the workers were slowly pulling the door. The sound of crackling was echoing from the old iron tanks, which was making the silence of the forest even more scary. Everyone's breath was stopped. Finally, the door opened a few inches, and deep darkness was visible from inside. It seemed as if no light had reached that place for centuries. The team turned on their cameras and torches. As soon as the light fell inside, everyone's eyes were dazzled. Wet stones and thick moss on the walls were visible all around. The floor was completely wet and slippery. Water droplets were dripping in places, the sound of which was heard even louder in that darkness. When the light moved a little further, rusty old machines were visible on the edges of the wall. Some machines were broken, while some were still in their original shape. As the workers moved further inside, suddenly strange and scary sounds started echoing in the background. Sometimes the sound of someone's footsteps, sometimes the sound of some metal falling. The atmosphere was so silent that these sounds scared everyone. The supervisor of the team whispered softly, "This place does not seem ordinary. Was this an old amphibious military base or a secret chamber of treasure?" Everyone's hair stood on end as soon as they heard this. Fear was clearly visible on the faces of the workers. Some workers started retreating and said nervously, "We should leave from here. This place does not seem right." But some people insisted on going further inside out of curiosity. As the light moved forward, the mystery deepened. It seemed as if some untold story was buried in this darkness. which was now slowly going to reveal its secrets. At that moment, there was only one question in the mind of every person present there. What is hidden behind this door? And the answer to this question was now just a few steps away. Mysterious wooden boxes. As the workers' light moved further, the real scene of the room slowly started to unfold. Amidst the pitch darkness, several large wooden boxes were kept right in the middle of the room. These boxes looked very old, as if they had been lying there for decades. A thick layer of dust and mud had settled on them, and rusty iron chains were wrapped around them. Seeing this scene, all the workers became absolutely silent for a while, as if someone had taken away their voice. The supervisor of the team slowly moved forward and started cleaning the thick mud on one of the boxes with his hands. As soon as the top layer was removed, strange words and marks engraved on it became clearly visible. These words were not in any ordinary language, but were written in German. Seeing this, everyone's eyes widened. One of the workers said fearfully, This is exactly the same language that we had seen in old books and pictures of the Second World War." On hearing this, the atmosphere of the room became even more mysterious. The supervisor immediately signaled the rest of the team to carefully open a box. The workers cut the chains and slowly started lifting the lid of the box. As soon as the lid lifted a little, a bright golden glow suddenly spread inside the room. The light was so bright that the workers had to cover their eyes. It was clear from that glow that there was gold or some precious treasure inside the box. All the workers were stunned. There was fear in the eyes of some and greed in the eyes of others. A worker said in a trembling voice, This is really a treasure." But along with happiness, deep worry was also visible on the supervisor's face. He whispered softly, "If this treasure is here, then think what big secret must be hidden behind it. And who must have hidden it here?" Amidst the golden glow spreading in the room, only one question was echoing in everyone's mind. Is this just a treasure, or the beginning of some other big mystery? World War II connection. The workers were left breathless on seeing the golden treasure kept in the middle of the room. But the real surprise came when the team looked closely at the German words and symbols on those boxes. Some of those symbols resembled old military symbols, especially the swastika, which was the symbol of Nazi Germany. Seeing this, the supervisor's face turned serious. He told the workers, "This is not ordinary treasure. It probably belongs to the time when Hitler collected gold, precious objects, and rare pieces of art from all over the world to increase his power and authority." According to old stories, when the Second World War was in its final stages, Nazi Germany had immense wealth and treasure. They feared that in case they lost the war, this treasure might fall into the hands of the enemies. Therefore, Hitler ordered that the most valuable treasures be hidden in secret places. These places were chosen very thoughtfully, places where it would be extremely difficult for humans to reach. The old footage shows how soldiers would load gold bricks, diamonds, and precious artifacts in large trucks and tanks overnight and transport them to secret hideouts built inside mountains and forests. Some places were made so secure that only selected officials were allowed to go there. It is said that this treasure was not only gold and silver, but it also included some secret documents, maps, and scientific equipment, which could change the history of the world. The supervisor explained to the workers that the door and room they have discovered is probably one of those secret hideouts. He said in a serious tone, "If this is true, then we are standing in front of the biggest mystery of history. But we have to be very careful, because this treasure can be as dangerous as it is valuable." all the members of the team were in silence. Everyone was wondering why this treasure was hidden so carefully. Then a worker saw something strange among the old sacks lying in the corner of the room. Hafaidi called the others, and together they removed the dust from there. An old and torn map was found there, which was kept wrapped in an oilcloth. Secret map and clues. Everyone was stunned when the map was opened. There were not ordinary paths on it, but lines of strange codes and secret paths. There were some symbols on the edge of the map, which were not easy to understand. The supervisor looked at the map carefully and said, "This is not an ordinary map. It is indicating a secret path." It was clearly visible in the map that the room in which they were standing right now was just the beginning. The real treasure was probably hidden deeper, further inside the mountain. Some symbols had numbers written near them, as if they were part of a code. One of the workers said fearfully, "If this map is true, then it means that there are not only these boxes here, but there is a lot more. Maybe something that will shake the world." Both excitement and fear arose simultaneously inside the team. Excitement because perhaps they were about to uncover the biggest secret of history, and fear because if this path proved to be wrong, or there was a trap laid in it, then their lives could be in danger. The supervisor took a deep breath while holding the map and said, "This will take us deeper, but no one knows what we will find there. It could be a treasure or a secret that should never be revealed." At that time, there was only one question in the eyes of every person present there. Will this map take them to the treasure or trap them in a death trap? And this question was making that moment even more mysterious and exciting. The beginning of danger. After getting the map, the enthusiasm within the team had increased, but the atmosphere started feeling strangely heavy and scary. While digging, suddenly two of the workers fell on the ground. Their faces had turned pale, and they were breathing heavily. The rest of the people got scared and started pulling them out. The supervisor immediately ordered everyone to stop working. At the same time, another worker coughed and said, "This air? It doesn't feel right. There is some poisonous substance mixed in it." When everyone sniffed carefully, they also felt a strange and strong foul smell. It seemed as if some poisonous gas that was locked up for a very long time was suddenly coming out. Panic spread among the workers. Some people even tried to run away from there. Then, an old machine kept nearby suddenly started moving on its own with a gurgling sound. Seeing this, everyone's soul trembled. No one had touched that machine, but it suddenly started, and after a few seconds, stopped on its own. Fear was clearly visible in the eyes of every person present in the room. A worker said in a trembling voice, "This place does not want us here." Hearing this, everyone's heart beat faster. The supervisor understood that now this was not a matter of ordinary digging. There was something here which was beyond their understanding and which could put their lives in danger. He immediately decided that the local administration should be informed about this place. Intervention of the government and the military. In a short time, this news reached the local administration. At first, they thought it was a normal digging problem, but as soon as they came to know about the gas and the old machines running on their own, they considered the matter serious. The administration immediately ordered the army to be sent to the site. In a few hours, a convoy of heavy military vehicles and armed soldiers reached there. The sudden buzz of helicopters and the movement of soldiers in that quiet area of the forest completely changed the atmosphere. They cordoned off the area and did not allow anyone to go inside. The workers were taken out, and their medical checkup was done. Some workers who were ill were immediately sent to the hospital. After this, the army sealed the place completely. Big tents were set up, and a secret investigation was started there. The workers and the people around were strictly warned not to talk to anyone about this discovery. But the sudden arrival of the army at the site and sealing the place led to a lot of rumors. People in the village and the surrounding area started talking about different things. Some were saying that the government has found some dangerous weapon here, while some were assuming that this is some ancient treasure that is being hidden from the public. This news also spread rapidly on social media. Photos and videos started leaking in which soldiers were seen taking out mysterious boxes and machines. People started asking questions. Is the government hiding the truth from us? After all, what has been found inside that mountain, which cannot be shown to the world? Now this mystery was getting deeper. What the workers had started had now reached the hands of the government and the army. But the real question was, will the truth ever be revealed to the world, or will it be buried in darkness forever? A glimpse of the real treasure. After sealing the site, the army and experts went inside and started digging. The workers and locals present outside could only speculate about what was happening inside. After hours of hard work, suddenly there was a commotion inside the tent. Some soldiers were lifting heavy boxes and bringing them out, which had locks and chains on them. Everyone's breath stopped after seeing this sight. The first glimpse from inside was really surprising. As soon as a box was opened, glittering gold bricks were seen in it. As soon as the light fell, the gold shone so much that the eyes of everyone present there were dazzled. After that, many boxes were opened one by one. Some were filled with diamonds and jewels, while some were filled with rare antiques. Some objects were so unique that their shape and design were beyond human understanding. The most surprising thing came to light when a soldier carefully brought out a strange artifact. It was neither completely made of metal nor completely of stone. There were strange markings and codes on its surface, which did not look like any known language. The scientists and officials present there were surprised to see this mysterious object. A voiceover echoed in the background. Was this treasure just gold and silver, or was it something that could change our world forever? It was now clear that this was not just a treasure, but a mystery of history that could shake the whole world. But whether this truth would reach the public or not, this question still hung in the air. Danger warning. As more things came out, the scientists started testing them. Then one of the scientists said in a serious voice, "Wait! Touching these objects can be dangerous. They may contain radioactive material." Hearing this, everyone backed off. The scientists explained that during World War II, Nazi Germany had developed many such secret weapons and technologies, about which the world does not have complete knowledge. It is possible that some of these boxes contained dangerous substances that could still be active today. He warned that if they were used incorrectly, it could cause great destruction. This warning further increased the fear of the people present there. The workers, who were earlier excited about this discovery, now started panicking. Many of them fell ill as soon as they returned to the village, and rumors started spreading that they might have inhaled poisonous gas or radioactive material. The media also picked up this news with open arms. Videos and photos started going viral on social media. People started questioning the government about what was found at this site and why it was being hidden from the public. Some people were saying that this could not just be a treasure, but a secret weapon from World War II. As the news spread, the atmosphere became more tense. The government refused to give a statement, which further deepened people's suspicion. Now it was clear that this discovery was as dangerous as it was valuable. The same question was echoing everywhere. Will this treasure prove to be a boon for humanity, or has it brought a message of destruction? Commotion of media and public. As soon as the army completely sealed the site and evacuated the workers, the news spread like fire. At first, this information was limited to the village and nearby areas, but within a few hours, national and international media reached there. Hundreds of reporters and camera crews gathered outside the site. Everyone wanted to know just one thing: what was found inside that mountain, which was being kept so confidential. Media cameras were continuously recording footage of the site. Seeing the flying of helicopters, movement of heavy military vehicles, and security cordon, people's suspicion deepened further. Breaking news started running on every channel. Treasure from the Second World War was found, or something else? Some reporters went so far as to try to talk to the workers present there, but the government had already warned the workers not to say anything. This increased the media's suspicion even more. On the other hand, this news went viral on social media. This was the only topic of discussion everywhere. People started making different theories. Some said that this treasure was Hitler's lost treasure, in which gold, diamonds, and rare objects worth millions of dollars were hidden. At the same time, some people claimed that this is a secret related to some alien technology, which was discovered and hidden by Nazi Germany during the war. Social media was flooded with questions. Is the government hiding something big? Is this treasure a boon or a curse for humanity? Does it contain a weapon that can end the world? People started demanding transparency from the government. The crowd outside the site kept growing. Some people started raising slogans and pressuring the government to tell the truth. The atmosphere became so tense that the army had to deploy additional security to control the crowd. Will this treasure ever be revealed to the world, or will this mystery remain buried in darkness forever? Friends, what do you think? Is this discovery a boon or a curse for humanity? Do tell us your opinion in the comments. If you like such mysterious and exciting videos, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can be the first to see the next discovery. In our next video, we will go deeper into this mystery. Maybe inside the hidden path, where the real treasure is still hidden from our eyes.